Welcome back, everyone. Going into the second hour here of Week 18. Steven, how's it going?
Good. So, all right, we've covered everybody's downtime. We've got like a little bit of stuff going on. That's good. We are now all in Frelka's Tavern, sitting around enjoying a beer. And this is the first time that Bardrick has met Shaldrick, right?
Can we just structure it just a little bit differently, if that's okay?
Yeah, totally.
I'd kind of like it if maybe Bardrick wasn't seeing them yet, and maybe Bardrick comes in for, her normal 3 or 4 pints that are the size of her entire body, and she's at this point is Kurthak like clean or?
Yeah, I think it's been a little while, like a day maybe or something like that.
Okay, so we haven't seen them. Bardrick hasn't seen Kurthak yet, but he's all looking like Kurthak, so that's awesome.
Yeah, so today, for reference, is August 15th.
Oh, okay, I'm actually gonna write that down. Okay, so I see you guys sitting at the normal table maybe, and I spot Kurthak, and I'm like, Kurthak! And Bardrick's just gonna like run over as fast as she can, and she's gonna kind of like put her arms around Kurthak like in a little bit of a headlock because he's kind of sitting down, so she can kind of maybe get one arm around maybe part of his head.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be like, "Show me some skin, homie," and put out her hand and be all smiling and stuff.
I guess as you scream, I'm just like, yeah, I'm looking at Kellen, and you just see me smile a little bit. I'm just like, I'd recognize that annoying voice anywhere. Like, embrace.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Like, how's it going? Where have you been?
It's good. It's good. It's. And then I just kind of go.
Don't ask him where he's been.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I immediately sit down next to Kellen and I steal his pint and I drink it.
Affectionate pint stealing.
And I look over at Shaldrick and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Bardrick. What's up?"
I just kind of stare at her fists and I go, "Hello."
Yeah.
You guys are about the same size, I think.
Yeah, Bardrick's a little slighter.
Yeah.
Is Shaldrick a dwarf?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. Yo, you're like my size almost. This is awesome. So, like, who do you know? Who's your bros? Who's your friends around here?
I just kind of look at her and I go, I'm with them.
Yeah. His brother is Maldrick. We don't know where he's at. He's out adventuring somewhere. I'm sure he'll return.
Cool.
I just kind of look at Korthak. And I go, no. Bardrick, did you say it was? No, he's right here. And I hold up the skull and kind of look at her proudly while holding it.
Kellen, what? Why is he holding a skull? What's going on?
Another round. Right here.
Frelka comes over with like 4 mugs. He's just got this incredibly world-weary look on his face. He says, "Here you are." Just sets them down on the table.
Why the long face?
No reason, my friend. No reason at all. You folks just keep coming back.
Well, someone's got to keep you in business.
Yeah.
It's been a while, Frelka. Hope all is well.
Yeah, everything's really good, Karthak. Business is booming. Town's bustling place.
I'll have my ale for you soon. We'll get a shipment in here for you. You'll be the first to try it.
I look forward to it. It sounds strange.
I look towards Kellen. I'm just like, you've been keeping that up, right? The old.
I have not. I apologize. I did not know where you were, and it was your dream, so I apologize for not holding my end of the bargain because I did not know where you were or what you were doing. So we can start that back up again.
Well, how are me? Come on, Kellen. That was how me and Juliet are gonna live in the city. Now what are we gonna? I can't pay for her and the baby.
What?
Bardrick, you have missed so much in the time that you have been away from us. Kurthak is, pardon me, I'm going to pull Bardrick aside and tell her everything that happened.
Like over to the bar or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell her everything that happened, and then we can walk back.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk back with like Bardrick's little tiny, weird, tiny little hands are gonna be covering her face, and she's gonna sit down. She's gonna look. She's just gonna be really blunt. So she's gonna look right at Kurthak, and she's gonna be like, "Kurthak, Juliet is gone, man. She's gone. The party is over."
I just I look at you and I look at Kellen. How much did you pay her to do this?
Yep, tried that.
No, bro. Like, she's gone. She killed it. Like, she kicked the bucket. She's in the afterlife,
Well, by all means, keep
6
trying.
feet under. She's no more.
Hundreds and hundreds
She's no
of
longer
gold. This is
breathing.
ridiculous. Do you have a song
then I
prepared?
I'm not really thinking, and I just
Yeah.
kind of look over at Kurthak and I go, "But the baby's okay."
That's a
Is
good
it?
joke. I'm glad. Yeah. She's around here somewhere. We'll get her. We'll find her.
We will.
So I'm gonna look right at Kellen, and I'm gonna be like, Kellen, I thought I was torn up about Juliet going, man. Like, I found out I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, but this shit is too intense. It's wrecking everything. Everyone is like, Kurthak doesn't. What's wrong with him? And I'm kind of like leaning in and saying this, like,
Some people can't deal with loss like you and I. Some people bend and some people break.
I mean, I get it. I thought that I was the only one who missed her this much. I mean, she was chosen. She was chosen by a god. Like, I think we all miss her spirit so much. I mean, you know what? It's all that fucking witch's fault. Like, if that witch hadn't given her the drink, then maybe she never would have met that stupid many-boobed whatever, and maybe she wouldn't have gotten knocked up, and maybe things would have ended up different.
Are you
I
saying
don't
this
know.
at the table where everyone can hear us?
Yeah.
I look at you and I'm just like, witch? What are you talking about? I'm not a witch. That happened as all pregnancies happen. What are you talking about? You guys are just full of stories today. This is great. I'm just gonna keep drinking and enjoy them.
Okay. So, okay, Kellen, he's really crazy now. Really crazy.
To the conversation.
I think the only way to fix this, there's got to be a way to fix him. He's got to get fixed. We need Juliet back. I'm not going to fucking stand for it anymore.
How do you suggest we get Juliet back?
At this point, Sheldrick steps forward and kind of is staring at them a little bit harder.
Well,
You know what?
She'll,
That fucking witch, that Hextia bitch. She's up in her little hut, little clay hut, like just messing with people's shit. She's got to know something. She's got to have answers. There's got to be a way.
you guys paid someone to serve as a witch. This is fantastic. This is a great
It's okay,
story.
Kurthak, it's okay. Yeah, Juliet's on vacation.
Yeah, no, she's somewhere around here. You guys won't
she's-
tell me where she's at.
Okay, so maybe if we have to find her, then maybe we just got to check up with her friend, the witch, because she probably knows where she is.
She
and
never
we can
mentioned
get
a
it out
witch
of
to me.
her.
Kellen mentioned about going to the Starkwold and dealing with what plants or something silly like that. What was it, Kellen?
There are plants in the Starkwold that are coming to life that shouldn't be. How about this? Since we all have a thirst and a love for adventure, Kurthak, where do you see yourself tomorrow and maybe the next 5 days? I'm curious.
Well, if we need to go to the Starkwold, we'll go to the Starkwold. I would assume that would be where we'll go, and Juliet will show up in town whenever she does. I don't know where she's at. You guys, keeping her from me or something.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's do that. All in favor of going to the Starkwalds.
I could do that. But then after, we're going to the fucking witch's house, and we're going to get some answers on where Juliet is.
Hey, Steven, in relation to the Starkwalds, is the witch witch's hut like on the way? Like is
Yeah.
it in between?
It's north of town, so basically between town and the Starkwald.
Okay. Well, considering the witch's hut is in between here and there, we can always stop there and ask her for any advice. Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Yeah, no, I'd love to see what
That's
you guys have paid to service a witch. This Hestia person, whoever this is.
That was okay. So, meet outside of the north side of town. At first light.
Sure, yeah, great.
Yeah,
Sounds
that
good.
sounds
Shaldrick,
Hey,
are you good with this?
Kurthak, why don't you go get us the next round, bro?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Of course. I stand up and walk over to the bar.
Nice.
So at this point, I
Shaldrick-
kind of step in.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, did I understand that you're going to try to bring back Juliet?
Well, Juliet meant so much to Kurthak, but to me and Kellen too. Like, she just had this unending optimism, this sense of spirit and energy that just made everything better in this world. She was chosen by a god. That's gotta mean something. So even if she's dead, like, maybe there's a way to bring her back. I want answers.
So at this point, Shaldrick kind of goes wide, and he kind of looks at Kellen and looks back at her. Can I come with you?
The more the merrier. I don't think I could do this on my own. That witch didn't seem to talk to me very nice.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. And I kind of turn around and I kind of peek at my skull, and I just like,
And
and then I kind of turn back
and then
around.
Mark just kind of looks at you like,
the skull peers back at you and says, "It's about goddamn time.
I know, right? Let's do
Right.
this.
Let's go. Let's go. You know what? You know what we should do? We should say that we're going to get Juliet back to life, but instead get me."
Do you even have to tell me this, brother?
Well, I don't know. You let me die.
Oh my god.
Brother, this is not the time
Kellen?
nor the place.
He's sitting there just screaming.
Kellen, he's
Just
talking to the
I
head.
tell you, you're not even out of the
Talk
bag.
to the
I'm just
head.
like looking down, screaming. So like it looks like I'm just bunched over, screaming at the ground. And at this point, I kind of close it and spin around. It's very nice to meet you. I look forward to our travels.
In the background, you see Frelka just like head down, just like
at
leaning
this-
on his bar.
At this point, Bardrick's gonna kind of just like, if here's Kellen's like huge shoulder, Bardrick's just gonna kind of be like this.
Nice. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what's happening, Shaldrick is talking to his dead brother's skull, and I played his dead brother. That's why I'm doing that voice.
Yeah.
Back when his dead
Got
brother
two
was alive.
characters
Brother.
right now.
In case you
And
guys-
for the record, Zeke is on full authority to at any point assume the identity and do whatever he wants with it, as it is his character. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I-
Fantastic.
I show back up with the beers. And I'm just like, all right, yeah, we'll see you. I just down at once and I walk out, and then just go
Yep.
prep.
Okay, cool.
I wander out of there just wondering what the fuck just happened. What did I agree to? Whatever. And I walk just wherever.
Nice. Okay, so what's the plan? You guys want to like swing by Hexia's on the way to the Starkwall to go investigate the living plants?
I am following.
Yeah, I'm following as well. It's up to Kellen, I think, or Kellen and Bardrick.
Okay.
The living plants is, for me, is the main goal, and then we'll discuss with her about Juliet and Maldrick when we get there.
Yeah. Okay. So let's establish a session goal. What exactly would you like to achieve this session? Also, Kellen, you know that you've heard from your time in town that, let me see if I can find exactly what it is. Yeah.
You're gonna meet Steven?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
There's a group of loggers that live at the border of the Starkwald. They've all been murdered. The logging camp at the border of the Starkwold has been entirely wiped out.
Do I know, like, was it by humans or was it by creatures, or do I know anything about that?
There's been no deep investigation into it. I think it must have been like some outriders or something came back into town and they knew that you were interested in goings on up in that area, or you happened to talk to somebody, sort of a third order rumor that you heard, but you're aware that
Perfect.
something happened.
Excellent.
Like what's the objective for this session?
I think to rid the Starkwold of the plants or whatever. That right, Zeke? That's.
Yeah, to discover and thwart whatever evil machinations are going on with the plants.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
We're gonna get more info from the witch, and then, depending on what she says, we'll head up there and take care of whatever is going.
Session goal to discover what's wrong with the plants in the Starkwold and correct it.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, before we depart, can you bring up what we can purchase in town?
Let's see. Yeah. I mean, it's basically anything from the player's handbook at price.
Oh.
And then you can also buy potions from Eleth.
Now, Steven, can we have individual motives for our adventuring? So, like, specific goals we're trying to achieve ourselves?
Yes.
Okay.
There's not currently a mechanic that gives you experience points for that.
Ooh,
Like your session goal is a group goal, and that gives you experience points if you complete it at the end of the episode. But
okay.
yeah.
That's actually a cool idea too.
You mean personal goals?
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about that, but that's a neat idea. We can talk about it later.
Yeah, totally. I don't mind it at all.
We could even do personal goals that are submitted to the DM before in private, and then at the end they're revealed, so people can kind of see what the person did and see if it lines up, then they get the experience.
Well, I think it makes a lot of sense to be like kind of the way that Swan Song does it, where you set a personal goal for your character, and then it's sort of under the table, and then when you achieve it, then we reveal, okay,
that's
this
how
has
we do it
been
in
your
Swan
goal
Song.
for a while.
And only the DM and the player knows that.
Right.
They keep it from the rest of the players.
That's so cool.
Before we depart, Steven, the next morning, I guess I show up at the mayor's house and I buy a house.
Nice. Cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I guess I just buy me and Juliet's house that we've been living in.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you just drop 500 gold.
Yeah.
Right on. So,
Rich, son, damn.
I had a lot of money, yeah.
There is one downtime activity that isn't on the chart yet, but will be there, which is kind of like live your life. And there's going to be a like you can roll on a chart in order to see what kind of things happened to you while you were living your life or attending to, your home or something like that. And buying a home makes that free.
Cool.
So you'll be able to, at any point, spend your downtime action for free doing that stuff.
Cool.
Nice. Okay, so we should also define a let's see exactly down at the bottom here. We should define a treasurer, a map keeper, a navigator, and a scout.
Wasn't Kellen, you were the navigator normally, right?
I was the scout.
Maybe I was the navigator. What is
Yeah, so
navigation based off
The
of?
navigator is based off of survival. The scout is based off of perception. The map maker is the one who's going to mark any locations we discover on the map. And the treasurer will track all of the treasure that we gain and then divvy it up at the end of the session when I'm doing experience points.
Yeah, I can be the navigator. That's fine.
I think I'm supposed to be the map maker, but I have a question about that. Is there a way to specifically do that on Roll20, or is that something I should just do on like my own Google Doc or
We
something?
have
No,
the map
it's-
in Roll20, yeah.
Yep, exactly. We
Okay.
have the map.
And then that
I
means
can do,
Co is the treasurer.
Well, my guy's not great with money, but I can.
Well, it's either that or you're the navigator, which is based off wisdom.
I've got a +1 to perception, but that's about it.
What is
yours is a lot better, right?
what is being the treasurer based off of again? Is that's not based off of
There's no
anything.
skill.
It's just you keep track of everything.
Yeah.
Do you want to be the map
I can do that.
maker?
No, I mean I can do treasury. That's fine.
Yeah, just do the treasurer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shaldrick is the treasurer. Who's the navigator? Kurthak?
Kurthak, yeah.
And then
I'm
Kellen
scout.
is the scout. Yep. And then
Were we given
Parker.
anything in advance for this quest? Like any gold or anything up front?
No, there's no. I mean, like, this is just kind of a rumor that Kellen has been aware of for a while. So it's entirely based on his desire to figure out what's going on up there and put an end to it.
Great.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's the 15th of August. It's clear, quite warm. It's been a warm summer. Yeah. So, our navigator, Kurthak, how are you starting out?
What do you mean?
Well, you're ready to leave the town, I suppose. Have you bought as many, potions or rations as you think you might need?
I only have 2 rations on my character sheet, so I guess
Okay.
we should just buy. I'll just bump that up to like. How long do we think? I guess I approach Cal. I'm just like, how long do you think this place is away from here?
How far away is the witch's hut?
It's like an hour walk, something
Okay.
like that.
And then just by being around the area and possibly asking how far away are the edge of the Starkwald?
2 hours.
Oh, okay, so not that far.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I
So-
relayed information.
I'll just get like. How much is a ration? It's half a gold.
Yeah, 1 day's rations is half a gold.
I'll just buy 6 more.
Okay.
For me.
So that's 3 gold. Cool.
Yeah, and then I advise like the rest of the party to buy some if you need them.
I can also help with that by hunting game and.
Oh, that's
and-
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. All right, cool. So, yeah, what's the first destination, Kurthak? Where are you trying to go?
Well, the party wants the Starkwald's the main goal, right? So we'll hit Hestia on the way back.
On
And,
the way
and I
back.
also don't. Kurthak, for all intents and purposes, doesn't know where Hestia's hut is. Even
I was
though he's
going to
been
ask.
there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we just go to the Starkwald.
Like, are the rest of you okay hitting Hextia on the way back, or?
That's
Okay.
fine.
Probably better.
Cool. So, yeah. Kurthak, give me a navigation check with your survival skill.
Okay. 21.
Yeah, totally. Yep. You guys walk north for about 2 hours in the early morning of the 15th of August. It's a clear day, and quickly you make your way to the edge of the Starkwald. Now you're like standing at the edge of this forest. What do you guys want to do?
I want
The
to
forest-
find
yeah.
the path to, like, I'm sure it's probably a well-worn path to the logging camp. See if there's like any trails or stuff like that leading.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
There's no trails right here. Like, the logging camp is at the border of the Starkwald, but it must be in another location. So you can either head to the right along the border of the Starkwald or to the left along the border of the Starkwald.
Son of a bitch. Did I not ask?
Give me a wisdom roll.
Okay.
Just a wisdom check.
Okay.
This is how Juliet's
We
death
gotta go
started.
back.
Sorry, buddy. You don't know where the place is.
We gotta go back to town and figure out which way
Well,
to
can,
go.
can I make a perception check while looking for downed trees or like trees that have been logged or cut?
Well, like, you guys could, like, just looking around you. We're not even in demarcated time, right? So just, you can quickly take half an hour and look in your nearby area for logged trees or anything like that. You don't find anything. You're far enough away that there are no signs in sight. But what you could do is you could try to, like, climb a tree, take a look, or find some sort of a tall hill. Quite frankly, you could probably ask Hextia, who's only an hour back instead of 2 hours back. It's up to you.
Well, honestly, I'm just going to, like, have a nice jog back to Virascali. I'm gonna pass up the fucking witch's hut. I'm gonna jog back to Virascali and see, because someone there has to know where the goddamn logging camp is. So, if that's all right with you guys. I'm sorry. It's my bad. I'm going to go back to the town and figure out where the goddamn locking camp is.
I don't think I've ever been to the locking camp. I'm cool with just hanging here.
I'm
Cool.
just like, Kellen, are you okay going by yourself?
Yes, I'm fine.
God.
It's only 2 hours. I'll be back at dusk.
Okay. I wouldn't
This is
Bruce.
this is
I wouldn't
gonna
want to
be
lose a companion or anything like that. I mean, that's never happened before, so.
No, it's never happened before. We don't have to worry about that. You
Okay.
I can fend for myself. I've done so since I was a boy. I will return shortly.
good. Okay.
Oh God, just cursing myself like I'm fucking. Why would I not? Come on, Kellen, let's fucking dude.
All right, Kellen, make a survival check.
Oh God.
He rolls a
No,
1 and
I'm
walks
good at
5 feet
survival.
and breaks his leg.
I'm good at
Right.
That's amazing, Kellen. I gave you advantage on that because you've been in this area a lot. Roll 1d10, Kellen.
Okay.
Oh.
The kneecap injury comes back and his knee instantly shatters.
2. Let me see here.
He used to be able to navigate until he took an arrow to the knee. Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So, Kellen, you head off south and you start jogging back towards Viraskali. After 2 hours of jogging. On the way, please click the discovery button on the bottom of your screen.
Oh, please discover something. Oh.
All right. Yeah. So, after about 2 hours of jogging, you don't see the town anywhere. You end up approaching like a couple of small dirt pile mounds, like probably like 5 feet across, maybe like 3 or 4 feet high. It looks like one of them sort of off across the way has been like caved in or smashed or something like that. And in the middle of these dirt piles, there's this large, like 20, 30 foot tall mound of earth and stone. Sort of looks like some built up mound structure. The top of it is steaming and smoking just a little bit. And that's what happens to you after 2 hours. JP, would you please click the discovery button?
Sure. 4 and 11.
Okay. You guys wait for 2 hours and nothing happens to you where you are. Did you guys want to do anything specific?
And we wait the time that Kellen said he would be back.
Well, like
Yeah.
the 2 hours is how long it took you all to walk to where you are from the Starkwald. So it's been about that amount of time.
So we still have to wait for another 2 hours to pass, technically, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We wouldn't expect him back yet. So I'm just putting up a fire, basically.
Yeah,
You know,
we're just kind of sitting there
using
with
like
fire.
little,
got it,
like,
cool.
I'm kind of doing like tricks with my matches or like my little flint and whatever kind of thing. So I used to be a fire, dude. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. Kellen, would you roll another survival test?
This is probably the most important role for Kellen ever. To see if he
Way
just
to put
dies or
pressure
not.
on it.
Oh,
Okay, all right. So, Kellen, do you recognize this place? Have you been here before?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Got
People
it.
are saying like the goblin thing or whatever. I wasn't here for that.
All right. So, there's this mound right here in front of you. You realize that you have made some kind of a wrong turn, gotten a little bit lost out in these plains. You could probably get your bearings if you went up on top of the mound and looked.
Don't do that. You could probably get your bearings if you go over to the mound. All right. So it's a smoking mound that's 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
Does it look man-made?
wait, are you
Yeah.
sure this is not the place that Kellen cleared
This is
last
the fucking. I know
time,
what this
Steven?
is.
Kellen, were you here last time?
Didn't he get the bow from the place where
Yeah. Kellen, you've been here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is that place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the Elven Tomb.
Oh, okay. So now I know where I'm at. I kind of look at it like, what the fuck? What? How in the hell do I? Okay, so if I'm here, then Virascali is there.
Yeah. Good.
I'm gonna go to Virascali because I've already been
awesome.
there.
Yep.
So
Excellent.
I can get my bearings from this thing to back home.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
Give me a discovery test, Kellen. Oh. Interesting.
God!
You find a location.
Yeah, you found a location. Let's find out what you found.
Oh my god. Am I
Um,
supposed to be marking these things down or no because I'm not there?
You don't know.
well, you're
so-
not there.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You have
Yeah.
found death trap.
Roll 1d2.
All right. 1 and 2 is 1. So 2.
So you rolled a 2. Roll 1d7.
How the fuck? You can just type roll.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
type
slash
/roll
rolls.
space 1d7.
Yeah.
Big set.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Okay, so like just to give chat a little more insight into what's going on here, right? Like, have you ever done backwoods hiking with a map and a compass? Like, if you go outside of a city, outside of civilization, and you walk for 2 hours, like, if you're trying to find something and you don't know where it is, and you're just going across an open plain that's rolling, it's not super easy. Additionally, people tend to have a tendency to curve to either the right or the left when they think that they're walking in a straight line. If you blindfold someone and then you send them walking in a straight line, they will almost always invariably curve either right or left. Navigation, while in the plains pretty easy, is not guaranteed. So, like, you think that you're heading back to Virascali. You're quite good about your directions, but I think probably like you find a place where you're like, oh, I remember this little like gully. I can take a shortcut sort of around the backside over here, come sliding down a cliff or something like that, and be that much faster with my trip back to Virascali. So, you go sort of skittering down the side of a hill, and at the bottom you see something very strange. There are 7 statues, sort of just like, they sort of look like the full Easter Island statues, like, you know how Easter Island heads have bodies below the earth? So these are the full things standing up above the ground. They're probably 30 feet high each, something like that, carved out of ancient, like, slate, very dark rock. And one of the statues is broken in half, like split down the middle, and the 2 halves are sort of sticking out of the ground at a strange angle. They're in a circle. Each of the other 6 statues has a desiccated corpse pinned to it with iron bars.
Okay.
Great. That's good.
Let's see here. I am going to use my primeval awareness to see if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Okay. Within how much?
Up to 6 miles.
Okay, cool.
Or, excuse me, 1 minute per mile. Up to 6.
That
1
range.
minute per mile?
Yep. Like
Okay, so you're like concentrating for 1 minute per mile.
I'm like pushing my sense out there.
Got it. Okay.
And
Let me think here. So yeah, you sort of meditate for 6 minutes. It's, what are they? Aberration, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead?
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Yeah, okay, so let's see. Yeah, absolutely. There is an undead within 6 miles of you.
Okay.
You're not getting any sort of strong sense from the statues here, but yeah.
Okay.
Can he tell how far it is? Since he's meditating every like a mile a minute, could he tell like how many miles away it is?
Yeah, I think it's probably like 4 miles away or something like that. That makes a lot of sense, that like you're expanding your range as you meditate.
Okay. Well, if it's 4 miles away, that's a good distance. So I'm not going to like run the risk of stepping on a dry twig and alerting anybody. So
Yeah.
I'm going to completely avoid this statue place. I'm going to make a mental note of it if I can. Not that it matters because I get fucking lost all the time. But I'm gonna try and make my way back to Mariscali.
You don't have to try. Like, you're already pretty good on your navigation from last time. So yeah.
Okay.
All right, good. Yeah, you make it back to town. And now it's been the full 4 hours. So, Kurthak, will you roll a discovery test?
All right.
Sure. 11:15.
Okay, nah, you guys are fine. It's the end of that 4 hour period. Like, are you guys starting to get antsy at all?
I guess I'm looking around, just like, did he go back to pay this witch? Is that what he's setting up? Is that where he's at? Is that why he's taking a long time? I'm like looking at.
Yeah, I feel like Kellen is, he's got this down. If anything, he's probably with his hoe. So we should just give him a bit more time.
Kellen has a mistress.
Yeah, he's a player.
I'll have to talk to him about that. Maybe maybe the four of us can go on a date, a double date. Maybe. Be good.
4 of us. All right. Good. Yep. Yeah. I'm just gonna poke this fire right over here.
Shaldrick, should we just wait? I feel like he's with his hoe, is Bardrick exclaimed.
I kind of look down. I open the pouch a little bit, and I go, "Huh? Yeah, he's fine."
Okay.
What? I was sleeping. You woke
Cool.
me up out of a sound sleep. What is it?
Don't worry about it. I'm just messing with these people. You're good.
Oh, God.
Kind of say it under my breath so no one else can hear it.
Yeah. So you can whisper to your skull.
Back to sleep.
Yeah, we're just kind of happy here. I'm okay with the story that Bardrick told me, and
totally.
even if that's not true, I still think that in the back of my head that he's off preparing this Hestia person for whatever's going to happen after this.
Nice. All right, cool. Kellen, now that you're back in town, like, who do you ask about? Like, who tells you about the location of the logging camp?
Who heard? First, I'll see if I can find the town crier.
Okay, Boda. Yeah, you find Boda fairly quickly.
Yep. I'm sure you've heard about the logging camp. Have you heard anything about the logging camp up by the forest out there?
Oh, yes. No,
Yes.
it sounds terrible. Something went through and tore everybody to pieces. Complete 100% casualty. Everybody dead.
Something?
Or someone, or multiple
Oh, you don't-
people. I'm not sure.
Okay. Can you give me directions to the camp? If we went straight north from the town, from here, from Birascali, we went straight north, and we hit the edge of the forest, would it be a right turn or a left turn along the edge?
Oh, well, it's northwest of town. I'm not sure where, but if you're following the line of the forest and you've gone straight north, then heading to the right would probably bring you there shortly.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you can tell me about the rumors that you heard about the logging camp?
Roll an investigation test for me.
I'd love to, as soon as I don't die. All right. Investigation. Boom. Or not. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't know any more information about it. He says, "No, I'm sorry, friend. I've only heard rumors. I know nothing."
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Sorry, it's not to the west. It's to the east.
To the east. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's still a right turn.
Yep. Okay. So, in order to make it back there that much faster, I'm going to go grab my horse,
Okay.
and I will just whip the shit out of it for, I don't know, if it takes 2 hours on foot, like, I don't know, half an hour? I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be like 45 minutes.
There you go. I'm going to whip the shit out of it and get there back to the camp as fast as possible.
Okay, give me a survival test with
Okay.
advantage.
Here we go, boys.
Yeah, I'm kind of grimacing. Oh my god,
Yeah,
rocked
yeah.
it.
Yay! Yes!
Thank God.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you come riding up after having been gone for about 6 hours. It's mid-afternoon now, in the West Marches.
We see him. Wait, so we see a rider on horseback?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm just.
I immediately put like my hand on my blade, like, what is that?
Yeah, I grab my axe, and I guess as
We
I see
all-
him riding up, I'm just like, who goes there?
I'm standing up as well at this point.
He's
It's
like,
me, ugly.
by the time he's like 200 feet away, he's close enough that you guys recognize the form of Kellen on the back of the horse.
Okay, I'm just like, oh, it's Kellen. Did you
We're
have
good.
a fun time with your hoe? And I kind of like look towards Bardrick, and I'm just
That's what's
kind of
up.
laughing.
Yeah,
Got
I
something,
just think
didn't
of
ya?
Bardrick and go, ho.
Yeah, you did. You got a little something, something. And then
I
Bardrick
got-
kind of like lifts her elbow up really high to like touch
Yep.
your hip.
I got my horse. If that's what you're talking about, my horse.
Bardrick,
Yes, I got that. To make my way back.
Shaldrick plays a sad trombone during
yeah,
that.
I'm just like, but Kellen, are you?
Wah, wah.
I mean, I knew rangers were one with nature, but I didn't realize you fucked a horse.
Oh!
I just kind of like look
throw
back at
shade.
Bardrick.
I'm gonna go ahead and chalk that one up to you being a little. And
Oh.
let's continue on until the light is gone. And by the way, it's this way.
Yes.
Cool.
You point to the
Oh,
right,
took
Yep,
half
to the
the
east.
day.
aka to the east.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, you guys just follow the line of the trees off to the east as it curves around. as the
Before I
Stark World curves
leave
around.
this place, Stephen,
Yes.
I am going to take out like a broad like an arrow, and I'm going to carve like a fucking I don't know a leaf. How about that? I'm going to carve a leaf into the tree, so I know this is where we stop and go directly south.
That's awesome. Yep, that totally works.
Okay.
Just make a note for yourself that you've carved a marking into one of the trees north of Viraskali.
If you guys are want to lighten your burden, I have saddlebags. If you want to put anything that you don't want to carry on your person,
I do not wish to inconvenience your lady, but I shall carry it all. And I just kind of like smile and
Gotcha
smirk
again.
and just we keep walking. It's like,
Nice.
Kellen, what did you learn in town? Do you know what we will be finding here?
I do not. Something or someone has completely decimated the logging camp. This is all while we're walking, hopefully, Stephen.
Yep, totally.
Yeah.
Someone or something has decimated the logging camp, and I'm wondering if it has anything to do with the living trees or living plants that have been cropping up in this area, if they are taking their revenge on the logging camp or something else. We'll find out.
Okay.
is my
Let's hope it's not something else. Dealing with plants is fine. I don't wish to deal with anything else.
So at this point,
understand.
Shaldrick kind of hears him and says, "Did you say living trees?"
Living trees, living plants. Every once in a while, something unnatural occurs or some sort of magical event that brings plants to life. There are creatures that are plant-like, that have life. You encountered one of the protectors, I believe, did you not?
I believe so. And a quick OOC here. Who was with me when I got lured away by that dryad?
I was
that-
there.
That
Kellen
you,
was
Kurt, then.
there.
I was there.
I think that was
Great.
actually this
Okay.
party. Was it not? No, because
Was
you didn't-
Bardrick there? I don't
No,
think
Bardrick
was
wasn't there.
No, Bardrick wasn't.
I don't know who the fourth person was, but me and Kellen were both there.
Yep.
Juliet?
So, okay, Shaldrick kind of looks
Might have
down and
been
goes,
Juliet.
same as that dryad. Maybe we'll find more silver. And kind of looks back at them.
Maybe.
And
And
Shaldrick is still very convinced that had something to do with the baby.
by the way, Shaldrick, you are looking much better than the last time I saw you. You were awful and diseased the last time. You look 100% better. What happened? Did you get... Oh, you had the same thing that was cured in town. I just wanted to say. You
Yo,
are
was that like an
much less sucky now.
STD or something? Did he have like,
Yeah, I stepped back from Sheldrick
the
a
hoe
little bit.
disease? You know what I'm saying?
Sheldrick kind
Uh-huh.
of shoots a glance at Bardrick. I ran into some difficulties while helping Maldrick, and
Oh yeah. What was her name?
they've oh my, a bit forward, Bardrick. Needless to say, that bump in the road has been smoothed.
Cool.
By
Yeah.
the way,
Let me know what her number is sometime.
Sheldrick's eyes go wide, and she looks over at Kellen. Is this normal for her?
she has a very strange way of speaking. I've come to just ignore most of it. And just kind of get the point of it.
Okay, I
I'm
don't
not
understand
around
some of the
these parts,
words.
You know, I hail from far away, but it's all good.
Kellen,
Are people this promiscuous where you're from?
No, I've just, I'm a musician. I got my craft. I've been on tour. I get some bitches. It's all good.
Oh, some bitches.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Yeah,
yes.
you know what I'm talking about. You had a thing. You know what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the skull?
No, not your weird skull, dude. No, I'm good. And then I kind of like slink back again, like behind Kellen.
Yeah.
nice.
So I kind of pull
just one last
my
thing.
bag open a little and I go, "We have bitches."
Are you referring to dogs?
I believe she is.
Dogs are great.
No, dogs are ugly, yo. You gotta get those, like, the slick ones, the good looking. Yeah.
Slick bitches?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Like, my friend Kellen, he's got one. He's got fine.
At this point, I
bitch.
kind of walk in front of the group, and you just hear me mutter, like, I'm beginning to miss the cell. Just keep walking forward.
Nice.
Oh.
All right, Kellen.
Juliet would get it. Juliet would get it.
Kellen,
Oh.
click the discovery button for me.
Okay. Just real quick as we're walking as well. I want to just really quick pull Kurthak aside and say, you said lady about my horse. I like that name. I think she'll be named Lady.
Well, I would hope you get the name of one you sleep with first. Yes.
So I have now named my horse Lady.
Nice. Yeah, okay. So you guys stroll for about another 2 hours along the line of trees that separates the Starkwald from the Central Ellen Plain. And late in the day, as the sun is starting to set, you stumble across, sort of in the distance, maybe 500 feet away, you see sort of a blackened area of ground where there's, a couple of carts, a couple of like tents like lying in heaps on the ground, and you smell the scent of death as the wind changes and wafts in your direction.
Yeah, Kurthak kind of goes on high alarm here, and I guess into battle mode, and starts walking forward with the perception or perceptive eye.
Yeah, give me a perception test.
I put out my primeval awareness again to see.
Ooh. All right. Jesus. Kellen, do you have that on your character sheet at all?
Yes, it is.
Can you click it just so that it like...
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be what? Background? No.
It's under
class.
spellbook or class or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of your class actions.
There we go. Primeval awareness. Doop.
Nice. Okay, so Kurthak, you don't see anything strange or unusual about the camp other than that everybody's dead. But you don't see any, you don't see anything waiting or like watching you, or there's no other things.
Is there a sense of how recent this was? Like, are the bodies pretty decayed?
Let me see. Yeah. This happened yesterday.
So the bodies are pretty fresh.
Like they're all bloating from 24 hours, but yeah, this happened yesterday.
Again, tell me if this is too many questions for a 10 on a perception check, but does it seem like there was a fight here, or was it just a massacre?
Like now that you're here, I think you could give me an investigation test. Like the perception is kind of like, are there any threats immediately here? But then to investigate, you need to roll an investigation check. Okay. Kurthak, like there's ground torn up everywhere, and like everybody's got like wounds all over them. You don't know if there was a fight or if it was just a straight up murder.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't tell. So let me see.
I'm just kind of like
1 minute.
I've used that premium awareness twice, and it eats up a spell slot. So I have 2 spell slots eaten.
I'm just hunched over and kind of just like running the dirt through my hands. And just kinda
Yeah.
like
So hang on.
over.
I'm looking at the primeval awareness thing. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Yep, and it's 1 mile or 6 miles, up to 6 miles. My favorable terrain, which is forest.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that last one, I fucked up, and I apologize.
Oops. Whatever.
Zeke, how many spell slots do you have total?
3 per day.
Yeah, rangers are sick at 3rd level.
Damn.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd say that being on the edge of the forest like this, like the logging camp is actually back in the woods just a little bit. I feel like you're in your favorable terrain for this check. Within 6 miles, you do detect fae creatures within 6 miles. You detect no aberrations, no celestials, no dragons.
Yeah, that's good. I thought you guys were dead last week when you detected the dragon.
Oh my god, that was so scary.
You detect no elementals, no fiends, and undead, none.
Now,
So
real
which
quick,
one-
how far are we from that other site?
Which other site?
The site that he detected the undead 4 miles away.
Oh, this is quite
This is
distant.
way far off?
Yeah. It'd be like a half a day's walk to get back to that location.
Gotcha.
At least. Okay, awesome. So, like, I guess it's what? Kellen just sort of sits down, meditates for 6 minutes or so. Kurthak starts, like, poking around and, like, sort of trying to roll bodies over and see what's under them. Yeah, it's clearly a logging camp. The entire area has been cleared of trees. Some of the root balls have been dug up and tossed over to a side. There was a big fire pit in the center. There's a series of collapsed tents. And there's, like, a couple of wagons that are, like, smashed and broken. What are the other 2 of you doing while Kellen is meditating, while Kurthak is sort of investigating the camp?
Looking for loot.
Looking for loot. Okay.
I'm
Give me a
gonna-
perception test, Co.
Okay. I don't know if I want to use that.
Yeah, okay.
God, we are
So-
really bad at our rolls.
It is a low rolling day, that's for damn sure.
Except for when Zeke was fighting me, he rolled really well.
Yeah, Sheldrick, you find like a total of 24 gold and 17 silver.
I'll take it.
Like in pockets, or like in one of the tents you find like a small chest, just like a little wooden chest, and there's a couple extra pieces of gold in there. Yeah. Let me see if you find anything else while you're searching around there. Bardrick, what are you doing here?
So this is like just a random camp that looks like people have been butchered, right? But it's like, would I think to investigate it for any like religious sort of feeling to it, or?
Well, how would you go about doing that?
So I guess I want to sort of assess whether or not like there's a bigger picture here to what we're looking at.
You mean like if the killing was religiously motivated?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's
Yeah.
if there's sort of evidence of sacrifice or evidence of
Yeah.
any religious markings left behind, maybe in the dirt, or like little items that are kind of scattered anywhere, something like that. I kind of want to check for that.
Yeah,
Since
totally.
I've also been spending my time at the library, it kind of makes sense.
Totally give me a religion test.
And can I add my thingy to it, or
What
how
what
do
is
I do
your
that?
what's your
That's,
thingy?
Downtime?
Oh no, I that's right. I just paid for the guy to be leveled up. Never mind.
Yep.
Oh god.
Yeah, Bardrick is unfamiliar with whether or not there's any religious significance to the bodies. Like just looking at them, they don't look like a ritual sacrifice or anything like that. They're not like laid out in any specific pattern or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what else you might have found, Shaldrick. Inside of that chest, you found a small letter.
I immediately open it.
Yeah, okay. It's from a woman named Thilde, Thilde, and it's addressed to. Let's see. I need a name. Yeah, it's addressed to a name named Thomas, like Thomas, but with a P instead of a T. And it's talking about how she's found a stand of ironwood deep in the Starkwald, and the only problem is that it is sacred to a group of elves in the Starkwald called the Scions of Rilluck. She's asking Thomas to see if he can put out the word that she, Thilde, would like some adventurers to go deal with the situation.
So you're seeking a witcher? No. Okay, that sounds good. That's good. So I'm going to, while they're doing their thing, I'm going to kind of walk out from this tent with the box or with the letter and kind of hold it up and be like, guys, I may have found something.
Yeah.
Ooh. What's that?
As they're kind of gathering, I open the letter and read it to them verbatim.
Nice. It sounds like from her language, Thilde doesn't actually want conflict with the Scions of Rilluck, but she has a contact named Orphinas, an elven scout contact named Orphinas, and she'd like someone to go broker a deal.
Does it anywhere say a location that may lead us somewhere from where we are?
No, this is more of it's just sort of an informational letter, right? Here's the situation, but there's no locational information in the letter.
Okay,
now, I
so
know the Scions, or know of them.
Do you?
Yes, this is
Awesome.
I believe this is who I was supposed to like seek out, right?
I was also,
entirely
I'm going to
possible.
ask Kellen specifically, Kellen, do you know the look of ironwood? Do you see anywhere around us that may be referenced in this letter?
Do I, Steven?
Give me a nature test.
Okay. Yeah, as the chat is saying, like that's where like I was supposed to hook up with those guys based on what my father said.
Nice.
There's their nature check.
Yeah, like there's no ironwood nearby, like, and there's nothing in the immediate area that tells you where ironwood would be located.
Okay. Can I do a survival check to find any sort of tracks or that seem out of place?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Like, in this
like
area?
you're looking for any tracks or trails or anything like leading to or from the camp, plus also any footprints in the area that might tell you more about what killed these guys.
Exactamundo.
All right, great a minute. Great a minute. What is that? Roll it up for me.
What were you trying to say there?
I don't even know what I was trying to say.
23.
23 is pretty damn good. Okay. So you do find a trail leading north into the Starkwald from the camp. It's clearly well traveled. At the head of the trail, there's a couple of like backpacks with some just like ration supplies. So, you know, you guys can divide 6 rations amongst yourselves if you like. And there's like saws and axes and that sort of thing sort of at the head of the trail. Coming out from the forest, not necessarily on any specific trail, but then all through the camp. Kellen, there aren't any footprints in the camp, but the ground is all torn up as if like branches had been scraped over it or like dug into the earth, that sort of thing.
Right. And did they go back the way they came? I mean, like, did they go in and then out the same way, or did they go like into the camp, move out of it a different direction?
The turf is torn up in both directions.
Okay. Can you possibly give me just a little doodle as to what you're like what I'm seeing?
Yeah, so let's see. I'll pull you over to this page. And then in the upper left-hand corner of this screen here, I'll draw a quick drawing. So we've got the camp, and it's like, it's kind of, a circular space. And there's a trail that comes up north where there's a bunch of like logging supplies and backpacks and stuff like that. And then all around is the forest. So you've got large trees all around, and it's kind of set back into the woods. So the tree line is maybe like here, right?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And then so you see like the turf of this cleared area has been scraped up in this direction and in that direction, and then in this direction and in that direction.
Where did we find the box?
So there's a number of tents that are sort of all over the place here. So like one of them is collapsed over here, and one of them is collapsed here, one here. And I suppose that you found it in the rightmost one. Here's where the box was.
So keep doing your thing, Kellen, but before we leave this area, I want to do one quick thing.
Okay. So I see ins and outs from the northwest, northeast, and then there's a trail straight up north, leading deeper into the Starkwalds.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Cole.
Shaldrick.
Okay. So real quick, because there's all these tents, and I'm assuming there's a lot, we've got corpses, we've got torn up ground, everything. Can I run one quick investigation check with the express purpose of looking for more information on these elves?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So let me go ahead and do that real quick.
Ooh, wow, 21.
This is basically going and poking through all the tents.
Yeah, you're looking through everything to see if there's any extra information on who the elves are, where they might be located.
And more importantly, like if they could have anything to do with what we see here.
So your investigation does reveal to you that like the people here who have been slain weren't killed by weaponry. They were killed by either like large bites or like crushed and broken bones, that sort of thing. There are no footprints in the area that indicate sort of, a humanoid involvement. The ground is all torn up, basically. You find in the leftmost tent, you find a small bar of ironwood, and it's got a leaf stamped on it.
Perfect. It's got a leaf stamped on it.
Yeah. It's a fairly rough bar, but yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I take that for any reference.
All right. Cool. I think it's a good time for us to take a break.
Yep.
So when we come back, we can investigate more into the forest.
All right. Sounds good. We'll take our second break of the day here. Still 2 hours to go, so don't go anywhere. More West March is coming up right after this. We'll see you guys in just a sec.